Hey YouTube, first gun review. Today I'm going to review the Glock 42 versus the Ruger LCP 2. I haven't seen many comparison videos on YouTube of this, a couple, but with it being 2019, I thought it'd be good to compare these two with the current upgrades and everything. Got the Colonel blade here, which is now discontinued. I just thought it looks cool. Tactical Colonel blade pen. Both of these weapons are concealed carry pieces. They are for personal defense. They are both chambered in .380. The Glock 42 is striker fired. Before I continue, we can make sure, double check, clear, safe. Clear, safe. They're both chambered in .380. The Glock is striker fired. The LCP2 is hammer fired, and it is a single action only type trigger. A portion of the slide when you cock it already pre-cocks the trigger, probably 3/4 of the way. And then the rest of the action drops the hammer the rest of the way. The Glock 42 is striker fired. Can't say a whole lot about Glocks that hasn't already been said. They are proven reliable. The Glock 42 is 4.13 inches in height, and the LCP2 is 3.71 inches. The length is 5.9 inches on the Glock 42. The length on the LCP2 is 5.1. The width is 0.94 inches at the slide catch. The rest of the gun is about 0.9 inches. The LCP2 is 0.75 inches in width. It's pretty thin. And the Glock 42 is about 13.7 ounces. The LCP2 is 10.6 ounces. The barrel length on the Glock 42 is 3.25 inches. The barrel length on the Ruger LCP2 is 2.75 inches. The capacity are both the same. They're both 6+1. You can get magazine extension, Terran Tactical extended base pads for the Glock, bringing it to 7+1, 8+1. The Ruger is 6+1. And it only comes with one mag. It comes with two base plates though, the flush one, which is what I use for concealed carry, and they call it a pinky extension, but it's really your second finger extension right there. The price of these, there's roughly $100 difference. I picked up the Glock 42 for a blue label price, $320 plus tax. The Ruger I got for $249. Now, both these guns have their niche. I can conceal carry or pocket carry the Glock 42. A lot of people can't. It is a little bit bigger, but I don't personally have any problems with it. The Ruger LCP2 is definitely a deep concealment type pistol. If you're getting dressed up, if you're going out with your kids, your wife, whatever, you're in a suit, you can easily pocket carry this or put it in a jacket, vest, or anything like that. The Glock 42 also came with two mags, one with the flush fit, the one with the pinky extension. I conceal carry with the flush fit one. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, so I can get 2-finger grip on there and a tiny bit of pinky, but not really. It's not a deal breaker for me though. The Ruger LCP2, like I said, not the biggest hands in the world. I'm a fairly big guy, but I can get 2 fingers on there perfectly. With the extension, 2 is easy, but I still can't even get a pinky finger on there. Also, not a deal breaker. The pros of the Glock 42, definitely one of the better 380s, if not the best 380 concealed carry on the market in terms of shootability. Obviously, it's a Glock. It's going to have proven reliability, and I haven't had any issues or malfunctions with this Glock 42. I've owned for 7 months now, and I've put between 400 and 500 rounds through it, somewhere in there. The con of the Glock 42 is it is significantly bigger, and a lot of people would say or argue it's not a pocket pistol. I personally think it is. I like it. And then the biggest con, everyone said it before too, the sights. I have not upgraded these sights yet. I do have Ameriglow Hackathorn sights on my Glock 43. I definitely prefer to shoot the 42 over the 43 in terms of felt recoil, shootability, but I love both, and I'm going to keep both because I don't really believe in selling guns. The LCP2, the pros, definitely the price. Like I said, I got this out the door for $249. The trigger pull, which I've read recent things on Lucky Gunner and online 2019, people talking about it now, which I love. Lucky Gunner, big shout out. I think the trigger on this is awesome. Now, you're gonna feel the recoil a lot in this, being that it's only a 10.6 ounce gun, but that's not a deal breaker at all for me. I love this little guy. It is awesome for deep concealment. I just got it to mess around with, maybe throw it in a pocket or something in shorts, summer. I live in Michigan now, and it's pretty hot here. Today is July 5th, 2019, and it is 90 degrees today, so it's perfect for that. The cons of the LCP2, the sights, but I don't really feel that's any type of bad thing too. They are milled into the slide, and they're pretty good. I haven't painted the front. I've seen other guys like Such paint the front sight or recommend that. I will do that eventually, but it's really no big deal. And the biggest con of the LCP2, which it is what it is with this gun, it only comes with 1 mag. It came also with this with a handy dandy little pocket pouch for carry. I'd almost rather not have that and have 2 mags. I did get 2 extra mags for the LCP2 from Grab a Gun. They had a deal. You could buy 2 for, it was $30 and free shipping. Super easy to swap these out. There's a tab right here that you can use to swap out if you want the little extension. This extension really doesn't make a big enough a difference to swap them out. This one's from the factory. These are the 2 I got from Grab a Gun. Now, real quick, what I'm gonna do is disassemble both firearms. Now, the Glock, safe, clear. Drop the slide, pull the trigger, take the tabs out, pull it back just a little bit. Boom, disassembled. Recoil spring and guide rod. It is a captive dual recoil spring barrel and assembly. It's pretty easy to do. Put it back together in the reverse order, put the barrel in, push it all the way back, recoil spring and guide rod, seat it right into the barrel, making sure that it's flush, otherwise you're never going to get it back on here. Line it up on the rails, pull it back, function check. Now I'm going to disassemble the LCP2. Now, people have complained about this as well. I don't see it as a deal breaker. You need either a knife or a small tool or whatever, but I have not seen anybody on the interwebs of YouTube land do this, but you can use a spent case, you can use a knife, you can even use, if you're out in the field, I've heard of stories and seen videos of this pin working its way out while shooting. What you can do is take the mag out, and all you have to do is lightly pull up on it, and look at that, it's already out. You don't need any type of crazy thing to pull it apart. It's already done. Like, so maybe people never thought of that, but recoil spring guide rod, not captured. Barrel, tiny little guy. I just cleaned these both the other day. To assemble, do it in the same order. Barrel, recoil spring, guide rod, line it up in there. Make sure you put your finger on that, because I've heard of this little guy flying out of here. Push it on there, make sure it's seated. Line it up on the rail. Pull this back a little. And when you disassemble Glocks, the takedown tabs on the Glocks are hard. Sometimes people complain about them. I've seen guys push them back like here, do this, they're messing around. Yeah, it should be clear. Yeah, it should be safe, but just hold it like this. Pull it back a little bit with basically 2 fingers. And that's it. Now this pin can be a little aggravating to get in, but boom. Make sure it's pushed in all the way. Function check. Boom, good to go. The last thing I'll cover is the trigger pulls. The trigger pull, as advertised on the Glock 42, is 5.5 pounds. It's definitely not that. It feels like it's 7 or 8 at least. I'm sure the more rounds I put through this, at least 1,000 or more, it'll get better. I'm not going to do any trigger work or anything to the action of this trigger. I don't really think you should really mess with the triggers and anything on concealed carry guns. If you want to put a different return spring in, or if you're polishing up internals on a J-frame, that's different, but not this. This is not what it's meant for. There's the trigger pull. This is pretty, I think this is good. My Glock 43 feels mushy. This doesn't. Here's the reset. Boom, it's already right there. You're right back on the wall. Just do it one more time. Here's the reset. Right there. I mean, ½ inch, not even. Right back on. It feels pretty good too. The trigger pull on the Ruger is right around 5 pounds, which I definitely think it is. Now, this little guy has a small internal hammer right in there, and you pre-cock it probably 3/4 of the way. So the rest of the way that it's traveling forward is just dropping the hammer. Now this has the bladed safety right there. There is a decent amount of initial take up, but you're already at the wall. Boom, right there. You can feel that wall. Now, all you're doing, dropping the hammer. instantly you're right there. The reset, it's gonna be hard to show, but here's the reset. Comes out a lot further than the Glock, but then you're right back on it, instantly right back on it. Drop the hammer. Come back out, boom, you're right there. And that's pretty much it. I carry my concealed carry ammo for both these. It actually just was a fluke, but I have a Spear gold dot in the Glock 42, which I carry. And I carry in this Fiocchi hollow point 95 grain. I like both. I like Fiocchi. I carry Hornady critical duty, critical defense in my 9mm concealed carry guns. And I've never had a problem with either of them. These have fed everything that I've given to them. About 400 or 500 rounds through this little guy, the Glock 42. Probably about 400 rounds through the LCP2. And I literally have had 0 malfunctions. I would highly, highly recommend both these guns. And a lot of times, just for shits and giggles, I'll carry both. And I don't carry both thinking I'm some tactical James Yeager wannabe. I carry two because, and not all the time, it's not every day. I carry two because my wife has a hard time concealed carrying all the time. Like most women probably do, they can't find clothes that fit right, or you're gonna print easily. So what I do is, when we're out and I am concealed carrying both, I'm basically concealing one for her as well. That way, if something happens, I can give her or my brother, whoever, who also have their concealed carry in the state of Michigan, the other gun. I definitely shoot the Glock 42 better, but don't just throw away the Ruger LCP2 thinking it's just like a little up close and personal type gun. It's not. I have hit paper at 75 feet, the farthest my range will go to. Shout out to Center Shot Gun Range in Door, Michigan. I have hit paper and target at 75 feet with this, no problem. As long as your trigger pull, your mechanics are all on, you're not yanking the trigger, all that jazz. But we don't need to get into that. And last but not least, I won't spend too much time on this subject, but the whole 380 is not a viable personal defense round. I don't agree with that either. I actually gravitate towards 380. I conceal carry many 9mm. I have a rotation. I think you shouldn't always rotate your guns constantly, but there's many, many different situations for either one of these. But I think 380 is great for concealed carry. My wife loves shooting this Glock 42, loves it. We have a Glock 43, we have a SIG P365, HK VP9. She loves shooting the VP9 SK, loves it. But then her next favorite is the Glock 42. She would have never thought it. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I am a big fan of both of these guns. I would highly recommend both. I wouldn't say just get one or the other. I say get both. They play many different roles for many different situations. And really, you can't go wrong. So, like I said before, guys, this is my very first upload review. Hopefully, it wasn't too boring and some of you guys are still watching. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, bitches, gripes, complaints, comment down below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.